Welcome back to the channel, Toshi fam. Right now, Toshi is up 34.71% on the week, and the volume has seen a massive spike. That's a very strong signal. It shows that interest is flooding back into Toshi, or maybe it never really left in the first place. Let's break it down. Toshi's market cap climbed from around $86 million to nearly $120 million during the recent pump. At one point, it was up almost 40% in a single day. That's huge. It has since pulled back slightly and is sitting around the $102–104 million range, but that still reflects strong momentum and solid support. Interestingly, there hasn't been any major news directly tied to the pump. Sometimes that's the most bullish sign. It suggests organic investor strength rather than hype-driven movement. When checking platforms like Crypto Bubbles, Toshi was one of the few projects in the top 200 showing strong gains over the past 24 hours. That kind of relative strength stands out, especially in tougher market conditions. Now let's talk ecosystem and exposure. Toshi has been appearing alongside major meme projects like Shiba Inu and Pudgy penguins. These are projects that have reached market caps in the hundreds of millions, even billions at their peaks. Toshi, sitting around $100 million, is significantly smaller by comparison, and that's where the potential comes in. If Toshi were to reach a $3 billion valuation, similar to Shiba Inu's current range, that would represent roughly a 33x move from here. Turning $1,000 into $33,000, turning $10,000 into $330,000. That's the type of asymmetric upside that attracts investors to smaller cap projects. Of course, market conditions are still rough. There's a growing narrative that the next major bottom could come around October 2026, based on historical cycle timing. But here's something to think about. When a narrative becomes mainstream, markets often move the opposite way. Either crypto participants have become incredibly cycle-aware, or the market will surprise everyone again. No one has a crystal ball, but opportunities still exist, even in uncertain markets. A 40% move in 24 hours is something stock market investors rarely see. Crypto remains volatile, and volatility creates opportunity. Zooming out even further, every time someone has declared Bitcoin dead, it has eventually come back stronger. If someone had invested $100 every time Bitcoin was pronounced dead over the years, that investment would be worth tens of millions today. That tells you something about long-term conviction. Adoption is also continuing behind the scenes. Stripe recently launched X402 payments on Base, allowing developers to charge AI agents directly using USDC. That's real infrastructure being built. Back in the summer, JP Chase enabled credit card purchases on Coinbase, making it even easier for retail investors to enter crypto. And Coinbase heavily promotes its Base ecosystem. As more retail users on board, they're naturally exposed to projects within that ecosystem, including Toshi. The big picture crypto isn't stopping. Meme coins aren't stopping. The Base ecosystem isn't stopping. Volatility will continue, narratives will shift, and cycles will play out. But innovation and adoption keep moving forward. If you caught the recent move, congratulations. If not, remember, opportunities show up every single day. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next.